Hello and welcome back to Rogue Trader, Chapter 3. We are here, there has been a time skip, things have happened, and now it's time to speak to Urlette as she is asked to speak with us. And that, we suspect, is going to be the seed of the next big thing that's going to happen. Elentak, at last you have left your ornate cage. Urlette casts a look over the stone palace walls. For many a turn have I sought to meet you, and yet your servant, the one who is like the silver-haired Abelard but twice as young, has no favour for the requests of a child of Asuryan. Take me to a place where the hearing of others will not steal the words intended for you. While you were mending the wounds of this world left by the Twisted One's attack, I was able to discover... No, not Krudarak's fate, merely traces of it. As Moran found sanctuary under the boughs of the Lilithan's forests, so did my other kin find refuge in a system known as the Atlas Reach. We must make a journey there with haste, before new dangers destroy the witnesses who can show me a way to the lost Krudarak, whose fate remains shrouded by the stars. Urlette focuses her piercing gaze on you. Their knowledge is the sole thread that may lead me to the truth, Elentak. I ask that your metal-winged ship take me along that thread before it tears under the strain of time and circumstance. How were you able to contact those Aldari? No, I did not contact the Asoyani. I have no means to do so. But I had enough time to explore the stone jungle of your world while you were preoccupied with your urgent matters. The path of the outcast has taught me to observe and listen to the world around me. In this case, the throngs of Monkey at the port, errant conversations, rumours, chance words, like parts of a speckled mosaic, they came together to form a hazy image. My kin were seen in the Atlas Reach, and now all we have to do is pull at the web of connections and possibilities to uncover whatever is concealed from the unseeing eye. Okay, give me the coordinates and I shall take you wherever you wish to go. You will? The ice in Urlette's eyes melts away for a moment. Thank you, Elentak. If this path indeed takes me to the truth, I will be indebted to you. A rare happening between our kinds. Okay, interesting. So, we have somewhere to go. That's following breadcrumbs. Travel to the Atlas Reach system. We have to wait for other news from spies. Okay, interesting. So we could do that, but before we do, we obviously want to speak to everybody. If there's been a time skip, that means that people might have new things to say. Also, is this our new base? Are we going to be based out here mainly instead of our ship? Because it's a new act? Or is it here for the start and then back to the ship again? I don't know. Anyway, Abelard? Ah, nope, it's the ship. While we're on Dargonis, I will check on the Secretary's reports and keep an eye on the logisticians. Master Danrock does his job well, but a little scrutiny goes a long way with him. Okay. We'll leave you two for a bit, because you are the spies. Adira? Ah, good old Dargonis. It's boring here without Lady Theodora. She'd love to liven up this sleepy little place with a couple of crazy decrees and public floggings of flabbergasted nobles. I love how we're so straight-laced and our predecessor was basically just crazy. Anyway, Pascal? My appearance has caused a slight disturbance in the ranks of the servants of the Omnissiah assigned to the palace. Analysis of performance of rituals and maintenance litanies has produced a satisfactory result. I don't know whether whether these are new bits of dialogue, but we'll do them anyway because there's only like one left. There we go. My compliments to your taste in art. The collection here is extensive and most interesting. Yeah, I get the feeling we might have heard this dialogue before. Anyway, Clementia, you got anything to say? No? Okay, maybe there is nothing here. Heinrichs? The lack of observers on this world has led your nobles to become extremely complacent. Today alone, I overheard 3 statements that, if I so wanted, could be turned into grounds for a charge of heresy. Yeah, we have heard that before. And there's Achilles. Yeah, so this is actually exactly the same as it was before. Alright then, I guess we're gonna go to Atlas Reach. Unless anybody has anything to say to us on the way out. Anyone? No, I think we're going to Atlas Reach. Okay. Cool. I mean, we have a task. Let's go do it. Right. Head out. Argenta usually sits outside, but if we've already heard everything that we're going to hear, then I think we're fine. I think we can just run to the exit. I think it's just... Oh, it's Jai as well. Yes. Oh, and by the way, there's another suggestion for who we should take to Act 3 missions. We should apparently also try and take Jai to Act 3 missions, because we need to have somebody who's good at speaking, which would imply it's going to be Cassia or Jai. And Jai is also the our love interest currently. And if you take your love interest on missions, then you get even more stuff. So it kind of means that we need to take Jai, which means that the only non-set position based upon comments is Heinrich's position, which is difficult to remove. So we're in a little bit of an odd spot there, but yeah, we'll see what we can do. We'll see what we can do. Do I get any more navigator insight here? Just out of curiosity. I should probably go to our bridge actually before I do anything else, but let's do this. Just seeing, is there anywhere I can go? Ah, there we go. Atlassian Reach. So that might be where it wants us to go, but we have no navigator insight to go there. Oh no, do we have to do a level 4 difficulty thing to go there? Let's go back to the ship and see if anyone has anything easier for us to do. If I'd known I needed insight, I might have kept some. Okay. I'm just thinking, who is it? It was Argenta, Erlet, Abelard, and Jai. Is that the ones we need to take? I know that I've looked this up previously and I was like, I finally have it. I have the list of people. And I've completely forgotten the original list of people because my brain is much like a goldfish's brain in that it doesn't retain things for a very long time. Okay, Abelard, Argenta, Erlet, and we want to take Jai. Yep, so I had the right amount of people. And then we have Heinrich, who is probably our last one. Okay. Anything new, Abelard? It's a new act.
Lord Captain?
Nothing? Heinrichs?
Let me preempt your question. You want to talk about what happened after the Magna Excessio?
Hey, at least he has some new stuff to talk about. Heinrich sees you and straightens to his full height. I see no need to. I fully understand what happened and the circumstances surrounding it.
I'm glad to hear it. My fears that our conversation would take an unpleasant turn were not realized.
Oh. But if it had taken an unpleasant turn, we could have had a conversation. Hello. Vox Spirit's brought you anything interesting lately? No. Okay. No one has anything? Argenta?
Greetings.
Nope. Cassia? Nope. Okay. Feeling distinctly like we have to go to that new place. Also feeling that we're not really in place to do that. Nomos? You were in a servitor's body at my Magna Excessio, Nomos. So how is it that you are once again in a cogitator? Nomos are not in a cogitator or in a servitor. We cannot say where we are, but our existence is tied to the existence of the ship for now. The servitor and the cogitator are only external influences, shells like humans and their bodies. So you really are the spirit of the ship. Nomos is silent for a long time, as though mulling over your words. We do not know what we are. The ship is not us, the ship is our cradle. We may rise from it one day. We would like that. Bodies are not merely shells. No, they are shells. The rasping voice sounds adamant. A human's existence is more than the existence of its shell. This is obvious to us. There is always something more, something that simmers and shines, for which the dark light and wicked hunger are always reaching. Enough about that. I must take my leave. Okay. You got anything new? I mean, we're in a new act. You know, anything new here? Nope. Alright, I guess we're not really in a new chapter yet. We're in chapter 3, but like,
You
not
are
really.
spoiling me with the splendor of you.
Yeah. That's fine. And then, you know what, for completeness, even though we already know what you're going to say. Actually, we might have something with Urlet, but... yeah, I don't need to know the future. Urlet? Anything?
Elontag.
Nope. Alright, well... I think we are about to chuck ourselves into a level 4 situation. This seems, bad. This seems like this will end badly for us. I don't know what a level 4 can do. I knew at one point when I was told what level 4 could do and I went, I'm not going to do a level 4. Now, however, it seems like we must. So, from Narmar 4, you're going to go all the way up to there. I can't chart a new one, can I? No. Alright, let's travel to Narmar 4. Narmar 4. Wait, that doesn't lead us there. Wait, what leads us here? Oh, okay, never mind. Go back to Mundus Valancius. Then go to Pelium Solatus. Wait. Okay, did I must have clicked go into Dargonis. That wasn't what I clicked on. Anyway. I want to go here. Oh. We'll go and face these contemptible foes. So that's going to be... oh, but when we don't have Pascal with us if I have this party. Oh. That means that it's Heinrichs, Pascal, Adira, and Cassia fighting for one spot on this team. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. Okay. Well, we'll think about it. We'll think about it. Could be that a member of our team just randomly dies in a story event and it becomes much easier, but, you know, we haven't seen any sign of that so far. Okay. Anyone here? Oh, hello.
I always have a backup plan for the true power of humanity.
What have we got? So we have some over here, some over here. First one is Heinrichs. Heinrichs, you're going to go like there. Argenta, you're going to go here. You're going to absolutely destroy the ones over here, I think. Although you're going to go quite late. Urlet, you're going to go... let's first of all move Abelard. Abelard's going to go here. Urlet's going to go other side of the barrel. Jai is going to go here for now. We're going to go there. I think that'll do. Right, start the battle. So, set up our points. We'll go front line. No, actually, this is going to be back line. What have we got here? We got double the, we've double the bonuses. Yes, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back line here. We're going to use double bonuses. Which would disable the other ones, but because this is turn 1, it doesn't. We can then stick rear here onto us. So extra damage onto them. Make this front line.
I'll make it happen.
Wonderful. Don't need overwhelming stratagem. I can stronghold that one as well. Actually, I didn't stronghold this one, but that's fine. I can joint analysis to increase damage. We got anyone I can shoot here? Potentially, yeah. Let's, how much does it cost for a normal shot? Costs 1. Let's put some extra stacks on them. That seems good. I'll raise my ballistic skill.
Who if not me?
Could burst maybe, but we'd probably hit Abelard, which is why I'm not. We'll then use Surefire Plan, which will then give us a little extra damage. And shoot.
It's as good as done. You never stood a chance.
Nice. Absolutely destroyed him. You love to see it. Heinrichs. Oh, if I use these, we might raise our veil degradation too high. But whatever, I'll use them anyway. I'm risky. Well, using one I think is fine. Actually, don't really need anything. Maybe I'll use hammer.
Of course, Lord Captain.
Insects begin to crawl. I think that's kind of a sign that we should give that a rest for now. We do have the Melta Ultima out. Could head over here and shoot you with it. Could head over here. I could head over here and shoot them with it. Yeah.
I need a foothold.
Do that.
Be gone.
Nice. Switch back to your melee weapon. And then give yourself some extra health.
Glory.
Nice.
I bring ruin.
Yeah, okay, one grenade.
Guides me.
2 grenades. Plague Bearer running in. Erlet, can you see the Plague Bearer from where you are? No, you can see this cultist of Nurgle though. Let's make that one pray for now.
This tedium is beneath me.
Just because we can. Can I... Where is the Plague Bearer on this side? It's down there. Can I see it? No. Can't even see it for the purposes of that. Okay. I can see a couple over here.
I am not your Xenos.
Let's just
pet
set some
mold.
prey just so we have some. I don't really care what stuff we're getting from them here. Okay. That's fine. Let's go for claim the bounty.
Another soul slips beyond the veil.
Okay. We're then gonna shoot this one.
If I must.
Nice. What's next for us here? Probably
I am
do
not
this
your
to increase
Xenos
your
pet
cover
monkey.
efficiency. And then we'll just end your turn. Fine. Plague Bearer heading in on this side. That's fine. Next couple are going to come in. This should all be absolutely fine for us. We're not really worried about any of what's happening here. She has to move slightly to be able to shoot, but apart from that, we're not overly worried.
What is the reason?
Right. Argenta. We're going to run here. Okay. Cost us all of 0, so that seems fine. We can shoot with a single target thing.
As the Emperor
That seems
commands, I act. None can escape the Emperor's justice.
Right, that puts us to 3.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
Let's use Furious Recital. That then gets us a lot of momentum. I should have used that first, as is tradition. I then want to running gun. And take a shot over... Well... Yeah, and take a shot like that, maybe. Yeah, that looks fine.
Doubt is for the weak.
Wonderful. Revel
do
and
it.
Slaughter. 0 cost thing there.
As
Wildfire.
the Emperor commands, I act.
Gives me another shot. And then turn at this guy. Probably piercing shot after this. Or devastating attack, sorry, after this. Yeah. So devastating attack now means that our impact damage can knock him down.
Faith
Do it.
without deeds is worthless.
Okay. Then we Martyr's Penance for another
is for
stack
the
of
weak.
versatility. And next turn will be the turn where we'll go to Confident, and then we can start getting auto crits. Okay, in fact, get round here. Let's Inspire.
I know what I'm doing.
We killed everyone over this side? Not quite, but almost. Right, Inspire. Voice
Am
of
I getting paid
command.
for this?
Then we're going to give you another turn.
Tell me, and it is done.
You are then going to shoot that one. Only one to shoot. That's fine. Shoot. Nice. Can't use wildfire. Could use running gun though.
I'll do it.
Running gun. Which allows another single shot. Can I use a... Yes, I can use flame as my single shot. Different attack type. Should have switched to confident approach. We'll do that in a second. Right. Move over here. Confident approach.
Is worthless.
Right. End. We now have this back. Finest hour. We can then fire like this. Or we could even just do a single shot fire here, actually. Nice. Revel and Slaughter.
I'll do it.
Get as far over here as we can. Got anyone else we can shoot over here? Not right now, but let's do running gun. How far can I get? I can get to here. Go.
In battle. I will endure.
Okay. How much does this cost now? That's 1. Okay. That's fine. Fire.
I'll do it.
Okay, Plague Bearer's down. We now wildfire,
As the Emperor commands, I act.
which gives us another burst attack we can use on this one. Okay. We then use Firearm Mastery. How many people we got left? We got 1. Oh, and then one's left over there. Whoever missed. Can you see this guy? I think so. Yeah. Firearm Mastery,
Will made manifest.
which now gives me more attacks, so I can now
Doubt is
shoot
for the
over
weak.
here.
None can escape the Emperor's
Nice.
judgment.
Am I out of confident approach? I thought I'm still in. I'm still in confident approach, right? Or do I have to use that each turn? I thought I was still in it. Confident approach. Revel and Slaughter available. Maybe confident approach I have to use every turn. It does say, oh no, until the ability is used again. So am I on confident approach or am I on normal versatility right now? I'm just trying to see where it says it on my character. So it looks like I'm in normal versatility. If I use confident approach, what happens? Do I get a different buff on me? I just want to see. Confident approach. Confident approach. It doesn't say, so I have to assume that I was in it previously and I just got rid of it. I just thought I'd double check there while we had a moment to think. Yeah. I think this is, I think that, I think it just doesn't tell you, which is annoying. So we'll probably have to check via, I can't shoot that guy, that's too far away. Oh yeah, it's still Jai's turn, don't forget that. I still have to, sorry, I'm trying to do 2 things at once and failing. Where were we? Yeah, I need to test whether it actually does anything. 47. I can get like right up here though, right? Yeah, it makes that a 95 shot. Get up here.
This battlefield air is good for my lungs.
Shoot him. Also, I love how that sounds like sarcasm because it's all toxic smoke that she's walking through.
With the right
Saying the
incentive.
air is good. Wonderful. All right. Well, at least at the very least, our upgrades work.
You love to take charge, don't you?
What I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna leave, and then we'll pick up everything at the exit because that works.
Okay, now I'm really riled up.
There we go. At the moment, it's impossible to move trophies from the cargo since communication with the flagship hasn't been established. It's possible to remove trophies from cargo. Okay, got it. I didn't want to remove any. I guess it's just telling me I couldn't if I'd wanted to, which I don't. Okay. Well, we made it here. Wait, this doesn't link? Wait a second. That's actually from here? Back to Mundus Valancius. Oh, I didn't read that one. Oops. A trickle of disturbing news came from the navigation chambers over the last few days. Allegedly, there was a vast shadow following the void ship through the depths of the Sea of Souls. Mere hours before emerging in real space, the vessel shuddered. An unidentified leviathan had emerged from the roiling warp, wrapped its tentacles around the ship, and started squeezing, trying to crack the hull like an egg. We prayed for salvation. The void ship did everything they could to release the vessel from the nightmarish creature's grasp. The bulkheads groaned and snapped, entire chambers depressurized, and pools and screams of people left with the warp spawn made Vox operators go mad as their hair turned grey. At last, the navigator executed an emergency translation to real space, and only the opening of the escape portal made the unknown aggressor retreat. Alright, so this has been a fun trip so far. Last Chance of Serene. Does it make sense that we're going past this one? Milestone Colony event requires your attention. Alright, I'll deal with it later. I'm busy. Okay, head over here. I was told previously that you can ignore those events forever. I don't know how true that is, but or like whether that's still true, but I was told that you could ignore them forever. It did say there was an event here, but I think we've already done it. What I actually wanted to do was repair my ship. I could have also just gone into the ship repair, or into the ship menu and done it there, but decided to do it that way. Right. Just because I feel like if we're going on a dangerous trip, I should at very least have a repaired ship. Alright, well, deadly. Since the very start of the warp jump, rumours of ill omens have been widespread among voidsmen. Sudden deaths among the crew, ravaged corpses, jagged shadows lurking behind the bulkheads. A Terran day later, the mystery unravelled itself in the most heinous manner. An attempt on the rogue trader's life. The question of how the Drukhari Xenos came to be aboard the ship will have to be pondered for some other time. Right now, the Lord Captain has to fight for his life. Oh, the ship's taking damage and the Drukhari are attacking? Okay, is this the one where we're in our chamber and we have to fight them off? If it is, we're in a much better spot than we were previously to do that. No, this is in our ship. Okay. It's just a fight in our ship against some Drukhari? That's doable. I'm not feeling too bad about this.
Or get left in the dust.
It seems entirely possible. Although, you know what's a little worrying? The complete and utter lack of the Drukhari. We fought on this map before. There were people here and we got killed getting trapped. Okay. I'm
Keep a sharp eye.
deliberately taking the longest route around that we can. Just trying not to be in the same spot that we got trapped previously. Crushed ones. What is a crushed one? Do I want to know what a crushed one is? Right, let's back off. I actually do want to be over here
I
then.
sense something nearby.
Another trap, but we'll get the XP for it.
I better myself
Quick
through
save.
my service.
Alright, we're going right into the edge. And then we're coming up this way.
Is there money to be made?
I would love for someone to just take a shot.
Speak, Elantak.
I should probably set our formation correctly. Not that it matters at this exact moment, but given that we're going to have this party for a while. That should be our formation. Right,
If it serves your cause.
well, that didn't kill him, but it did some damage. She gets to go first, or well, right after us. Let's put her here. Argenta gonna be like here. Actually, Argenta can probably be here because she's going to run in on turn 1. In fact, if she's going to run in on turn 1, she can be here. Jai, you go after, like, a few of them. You're probably looking good to go here. Abelard. I'm thinking there. And then, who we got? Heinrichs. I think here makes sense, Heinrichs. And then we'll go here, I guess. Alright, start the battle. So, we're going to end up with Argenta being there. Let's make that all backline. We didn't get the double, so we don't need to worry about that, but we will increase cover efficiency in that area. Front line is going to be here.
I'll see to it personally.
That's going to be for Abelard. We'll increase armor in that area. Rear, I guess for now, is going to be here.
I'll make it happen.
We'll see if you're actually able to shoot anyone by the time it... Yeah, in fact, I actually don't think you can shoot anyone from there, so let's not worry about it. Increase allies' damage if they happen to have analyze enemies on them, which they all should. You can shoot around the corner here. That's good to know. Let's put extra stacks on.
Personally.
Increase our ballistic skill. Surefire plan to increase our damage. Then fire. Nice. Okay. End. You can shoot some over here. Perfect. Let's make that one your prey.
I am not your Xenos pet, monkey.
Make that one your
If it
prey.
serves your cause.
And make... I can't see any others. Okay, cool. Let's go... Claim the bounty.
I deal death with my hands.
Oh, they all have grenades. Wonderful. Shoot.
I am not your Xenos pet.
Nice.
No more.
And then that's pretty much your turn. Argenta. Let's work out where we're starting here. Let's go here and use Furious Recital.
Righteous fury.
Then thinking like firing like this looks pretty good. That's going to cost me 2 AP to fire though. Do a 1 AP shot like this to start with. Let's do
As
that.
the Emperor commands, I act.
Nice. That now makes that's still 2 AP. I kind of want
Faith
confident
without
approach on
deeds
all the
is
time, but
worthless.
we'll think about that in a second. Probably want to do this.
Doubt is for the weak.
Not that I really needed to do that too much, but that's all only to get us the versatility. Can move around a little bit here.
I will not.
Yeah, we're not quite where we need to
That
be
is
yet.
not the Emperor's will.
Okay, I'm just trying to work out where things are. You don't need to bite my head off about it. Let's go around the corner.
God
Let's do
Emperor,
this.
move through me. Be the fire in my heart.
Right. Let's try to see if there's a way to hit like multiple people here. It does not like what I was doing there, so no. We can do this.
Eradicated.
Okay. Run over here.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Revel and
I'll do
slaughter.
it.
Wildfire.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Fire. Nice. That'll do for now. Wildfire is still 2. Okay. That makes sense, actually, now that I think about it. It will become 1 when we get to 8. The reason it's cheaper usually is because the first one of a specific archetype you use costs less. That was what I forgot. Okay, we're going to run up here. We're then going to Voice of Command Argenta. Assign this as your objective. Then we're going to give you a turn.
Don't get too cocky.
We're just going to get you to shoot him. Nice. Okay. Revel and Slaughter. Okay. Move forward. I should have looked for what... what's this meant to do? It's meant to make all attacks critical hits, but lower the critical damage. Okay, so we can actually test that here, because I've already pressed the button. We're now going to inspire. The reason I waited on inspiring is I wanted our tactical advantage to be higher.
I can do that with the right incentive.
Okay. So now we can give Finest Hour to Argenta. She can move up here and fire upon these two.
Guided
Do it.
by faith. Cast your eye there.
Well, we got one. For some reason, that was very difficult for us. Shoot.
I'll do it. None can escape the Emperor's judgment.
Okay. Running
Faith
gun.
without deeds is worthless.
Get over here. I didn't check what Confident Approach was
I'll do
doing.
it.
Let me double check it again. I do notice that these are all crits though, so that does kind of mean that this should be working. Where are we? So, what's it called? It should be Cautious Approach. It is making, our Confident Approach should make us crit. But I guess our crit was already guaranteed to be max before that even applied. Damage. Should our damage not be... So it says that critical damage for those attacks is modified by 50 minus critical hit chance divided by 2. Critical damage modifier plus 50%. 50 minus critical hit chance divided by 2. So it's the critical damage, right, for those attacks is modified by this. We have no negative modifier. So this is doing nothing? We gain dodge reduction and parry reduction. Do we gain dodge reduction and parry reduction? Let me have a look. Dodge reduction. It's in here somewhere, isn't it? Dodge reduction, 33%. And we should gain that per what? Per stack, we should gain 5%. Okay, so if I gain an extra stack by shooting over here, that should
Doubt is for the weak.
that should increase that then, right? Right?
None can escape the Emperor's judgment.
So we now have 38 dodge reduction, correct? No. So this is doing nothing. Activate it again. Okay, it's my it's my analysis that this does nothing. This doesn't work. This is a pointless ability to have, as it doesn't work. Yeah, it just doesn't work, right? You know what I think might be causing the problem? Did we not take something last time? We took a feature, didn't we, that said that we get to keep both? Calm and Steady. We keep half the usual bonuses from versatility. Wait a second, Calm and Steady? That appeared on the thing, right? Where are we? Calm and Steady, plus 21 damage. So we got that, so Calm and Steady activated. Versatility lowered this by -3. So critical damage... Okay, so critical damage did apply. Never mind, so this did something, it just doesn't show up. Okay, so this was actually activated before we did that shot. Or before we clicked it again. It's just not showing up. Why? You know why? Maybe it's because we didn't get a critical hit. That's why it showed... Well, no, because we... Oh, you know why it didn't show up? It's because our critical chance was too high. Right? Because our critical hit chance was higher than 50. Right? So... Wait, no, divided by 2. So... No, our critical hit chance on the first one was 100, right? Because we did crit, and it was a guaranteed crit. That then meant that it was 100 divided by 2, so 50. 50, take away 50 would be 0. It was 0%. That's why it didn't show up. It didn't show up because it's a 0% modifier. If we have less than 100% chance, it will crit, but then it will take off that amount. Okay, I understand this now. That makes perfect sense. It's not displayed well, but it makes perfect sense. Where are the other two enemies? Oh, they're over here. Right. Yeah, blast them. Oh, other three enemies, I guess I should say. Yeah, you're kind of out in the open now. That was a bad move.
Protect me. Look out.
Oh, but they only have melee weapons. Abelard? Yeah, get over there and use this.
No matter the cost. Pain and duty go hand in hand.
Okay, kill.
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones.
He's like, I had a whole combat where I didn't get to do anything. Now I finally get a chance.
Reduce the dust.
Wait, go this way.
My place
Then
is
this
at the
way.
fore.
Then this way.
Victory
And
is
now
imminent.
range.
Close to the target.
Wonderful.
Sins hidden in the heart
Disarm.
turn all to decay. Duty prevails.
Disarm. That was fairly okay. We learned some things as
The
well.
Emperor favors me.
Apparently you got
today.
fresh injuries. That must be caused by the
I
grenades.
always have
Do
a
they cause
backup plan.
injuries? I didn't know that. That's new info. Do we need this terrible armor? No. Assuming it's giving us an option because all of this is new, like the new trash armor for this act. So yeah, we'll take it. That's fine. And we have arrived at Elysian Reach. At the moment it's impossible to do that. Yeah, we already know. Chart new routes. So there's no new routes from here, but the way back at least is not going to be red. Okay, quick save. And let's see what's here. A new system for us to explore. Lord Captain, according to our telemetry, we have arrived at the coordinates you specified. The augurs do not register any activity on the surface of the local planets, biological or otherwise, or maybe the Xenos are using their arcane technology to conceal their presence. Despite this, the augur crew managed to locate a faint signal at the system's edge. According to their data, it's coming from an unidentified vessel drifting in the orbit of a local gas giant. My kin could have been faced with a new threat, scavengers like pirates or something worse, if they were taken prisoner. Erlet's voice is trembling with something that could be either anger or fear. I am begging you, Elentak, let us go to the shuttle. I can feel that the thread of fate is frayed and is about to snap. I cannot miss what may be my only chance to solve the mystery behind the disappearance of my home. Chartist vessel is here as well. Is that the one that we saw? That's the gas giant. That must be the vessel. Alright, well we're obviously going to scan everything, so... 50? Oh, and some plasteel. Do we need plasteel? No. That's something we do not need. Abandoned Tech Priest base, we'll have that. Don't show this tutorial, mainly because I don't think it's true. What do you mean I lost contact with the flagship? I am the flagship. Asteroid. Lord Captain, there is an unusual cluster of binary asteroids before us, rich in rare metals and valuable minerals. They are moving in a fairly stable orbit, which suggests the possibility of constructing a mining station inside the drift. Thanks. Is this the asteroid? Okay. I just wonder why we had an extra message. Adamantine? We have 21 extractiums. I can probably afford to place down 1 for the adamantine. Okay. Chartist vessel? Oh, obviously quick save as well. Are you crazy? It's been like all 10 seconds since I last did that. Scan. Okay. Urlet has to come with us, so this was the vessel we were looking for. Alright then, well. Heinrich, you're out. Pascal, you're in. The problem is, with taking Pascal out, that he's our entire tech base. Which means that effectively this is going to be our main party. Yeah, it's going to be very hard to argue someone else in. We're going to need to think about that. Anyway. Once I know why they're needed, we can possibly cycle some in and out based upon like other things that we're doing. But because I don't know why they are needed yet, I don't know why I would want to cycle someone in and out, if that makes sense. You want to be here, you want to be here. I figured out what went wrong. Something like that. Quick save. We've been on this map before. It used to have ladders here. Hello. The lanky, haggard-looking officer with sunken cheeks stares at you in fright. His body is shivering as if from a feverish chill and his eyes are darting back and forth anxiously. Your lordship, rogue trader, what brings you to our humble ship? Stop shivering like a leaf in the wind, Monkey. Answer me, have you seen others like me in the system? If you have, tell me where, when, and under what circumstances your paths crossed and diverged afterward. The officer's eyes widen at the sight of Urlet. His face grows even paler than before and his lips move in a wordless prayer, unable to utter a word in response. What did you just say, rogue trader? How would the mere officer know who is standing in front of him? Jai's face changes and she immediately grips the handle of her weapon. So he said rogue trader. Interesting. Who are you? We are... The officer swallows and gives you a strange look, then closes his eyes. Emperor, forgive me. Oh, this isn't good. What are those? Witches?
You monkey never learn. I'm beginning to think that your kind is eager to step into our snares.
You gasp, sucking in the poisoned air, each breath scorching your insides with liquid fire from throat to lungs. Every cell in your body is engulfed in maddening pain, as if you're being doused in molten metal, skinned alive and subjected to yet another form of torture. You hear sounds coming from somewhere far away, the moans of your people, the shuffling of bare feet, and the light footsteps slowly getting closer. Rogue Trader, a long-awaited meeting indeed. You can barely see anything through the haze of agony, but you still remember the voice well. The voice of the Xenos who devastated your capital world. Marazai's face is hidden behind a helmet. His tone leaves no room for doubt. He is smirking. Urlet, who is writhing in pain next to you, is barely able to breathe out. No, what have you done? Are you dissatisfied, my kin? I promised that you would have your precious craft world survivors, and so you will. I will take you to them. I might even be there to witness your jubilant reunion. Servo drives whine under the tech priest's scarlet robe in a dogged but fruitless attempt to lift his body. The inferior flesh has betrayed me. You must have punished it poorly, Iron Monkey. No matter. As a captive, you will learn how to apply the art of torture to make it fear the very thought of betrayal. And say, Urlet, you deceitful wretch. Urlet is the one that... I completely missed that context, but actually now I reread it, I'm like, oh, she may have betrayed me. Interesting. Negotiate with me. We can still come to an agreement. Would you negotiate with a worm, or say a pet? The Drukhari chuckles malevolently. After I am done with your training, you will never even think of such insolence again. His last words fill your head like the deafening echo of a ship's siren. The gas creeps deeper into your lungs, eating away at them hungrily as the agony spreads down your every limb. You are suffocating. Are you enjoying the sensation? I had this poison made for you. Who could have thought that a monkey would one day earn such an honor? A special gift from a Drakon. But you're suffering. The Xenos leans closer to you. I knew the taste would be exquisite were it to add a touch of the Drukhari's talent for extracting anguish. However, there will be time for that later. No matter how I wish to play with you all one after another, I need you for a purpose, Rogue Trader. Komarag awaits you, all of you. Mandrakes, take them, leave none behind. So, we've been kidnapped. Well, that's a way to start Act... oh, I also can't move the camera. That's a way to start Act 3. And now we're going to the Obsidian Court. Now, I don't know what that is, but from context clues, it kind of sounds like we're going deeper into the Drukhari homeworld. Or Drukhari lands, at the very least. Your consciousness emerges from an ocean of darkness and nightmares, as if someone's powerful hand reached into its depths and brought you into the light. In the dark room, long and angular shadows move around and exchange remarks. One of the shadows approaches you, ripping apart the veil of pain and revealing features that look familiar to you. You are awake, monkey! Marazai's voice is sickeningly sweet. He is looking at you with idle interest, rolling a soft and milky-coloured object from one hand to another. Our toxin masters spared no efforts to drag you out of the induced dream. I must commend the Nightmare Weavers. The emanations of fear you exuded in your delirium are worthy of the highest praise. However, it is time to finish what you were brought here for. It is time to work for the good of the Cabal, Rogue Trader. What you want from me? Only the truth, monkey. It's very simple, is it not? A little honesty before the powers that be. I have the tools to extract the most coveted mysteries from the deepest recesses of your mind. But I am not interested in your personal secrets. I only want that which will protect my Cabal. Why am I still alive? A good question, Rogue Trader. You are my tool, you see. A sharp and narrow scalpel that I will use to cut away the festering boil on the body of my Cabal. I spared no effort to set up this performance. The witnesses, the spies, the agents, and a small bargain to guarantee the result. All that is required of you is that you quietly play your part. I will even go so far as to put you in your native surroundings, in a manner of speaking. But if I see you stepping out of your role, I will make sure that you bitterly regret it. I bet we make do without roles and posturing. There is still a chance to strike a deal. Marazai laughs caustically. You are trying to hold your own even in the face of overwhelming force. How touching, but enough talk. The Drukhari gestures to one of the shadows near you and your head is forced backward. Marazai brings the hand holding the strange object closer. You manage to make out translucent, glossy skin, bluish, pulsating organs beneath, and a little head with serrated jaws before the Drukhari pushes the larvae into your face. Oh no. The word larvae should never be used with the word face. My carouse test failed. No, I said we would leave that to Abelard, but what happened when Abelard isn't here? How difficult was it? It was a negative 30 chance to pass. Negative 30. Okay. Well, that's what we get for having absolutely no toughness. To be fair, I guess this makes sense for us. Our character's background did involve us being tortured, and that lowered, I believe, our toughness. So it all kinda links together. Sensing warmth, the creature springs into motion a moment later. As it blindly pokes at your skin, it discovers your nostril and rushes forward, stretching the skin and tearing through the mucous membrane. Unbearable pain overwhelms you as the larva begins to force its way through the soft tissue and cartilage, each of its movements causing a crunching noise to reverberate through your skull. The creature greedily bites into flesh and moves ever upward, past the bridge of your nose, past your eyes, and then something alien invades your consciousness. Darkness clouds your eyes, but the sensation of an alien presence does not relent. This is not a conscious mind, but something primitive yet unbelievably strong in its unknowable pursuit. It's crawling around in your thoughts, scratching them with its sides and changing their shape. Perhaps all of this is just a bad dream, a quirk of the intellect exhausted by endless troubles, a calumny of a mind too weak for the burden it was made to carry. A stray light dawns at the edge of your perception. I think we're about to get I think we have either a mind control worm in our head, or effectively a ticking bomb in our head, which he's then going to threaten us to follow his orders or the bomb goes off. That's my current way I'm reading this. Either way, worm in our head, not good. Not good at all. Is that our void chip? Also not good.
You have disappointed us, rogue trader von Valancius.
Oh, this is still the Obsidian Court, it says. It's an awful lot like our void chip. Is that our Voxmaster? We also can't move?
Fate and fortune favor the bold.
Oh, we just weren't selected. Okay. Voxmaster Vigdas. Lord Captain, we've received an astropathic message from Dargonis. Achilles Scalander reports an Xenos raid against a merchant ship in the Gertrafal Calamity. Okay, you got anything else to say? Or is that it? Is that it? A new message from Master Scalander, Lord Captain. Achilles' aides have reported that Xenos leader will be heading an attack on the Paradise world, Grantus. Are these all the messages that we've got over time about this? All the things we should have pieced together. Okay. Well, this is weird. We've identified the breed of Xenos that pose this threat, the Eldari, humanity's ancient and insidious foes. Well, kinda. I focused all my attention on investigating the attacks across your protectorate. I suspected that there was something bigger behind the Xenos attacks, but... Oh, that's it. Are these things we didn't investigate somehow being brought back ahead of us? Oh, this is the Inquisitor. How is it that you were the only soul who managed to escape the trap on Rykad Minoris? How much truth is there to the rumors that the heretic Kunrad Voiktvir is spreading about you? Okay. Well, what's your second line? Trying to find a better angle here. Line 2. I'm going to ignore any minor liberties that you, esteemed rogue trader, may have afforded yourself. Yeah, that's not good.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Keep going. Do my eyes deceive me? Explain yourself, Elentak. Why is there a shard of the Cruderak in your chamber? Yeah, well, you know, there are reasons for these things.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Oh?
You are accused of consorting with Xenos, betraying the Imperium, and neglecting the interests of humankind.
That's an interesting thing in our head there. Also, I think that's meant to be Cassia. Pulsating strands stretched from under Cassia's headpiece, one wrapping around her neck while the other drains her lifeblood through her weeping eye sockets and mouth. Okay. So what's interesting is we're hearing, I think, like your accused one was the Lord Inquisitor saying that. So we're hearing the Lord Inquisitor in our head.
Let us not dawn.
Every exposed area of Argenta's skin is molted with an intricate pattern of scarlet blisters, crimson indentations, and charred tissue. Passing ray of light reflects off the countless tiny blades that look like they are sprouted from inside Adira's body.
Keep my options open.
All of the Cold Trader's bones were broken. Her augmented arm was ripped from its socket, and the bones of every finger on the remaining hand are twisted and sticking out at strange angles. Pascal's augmetics were separated, but not extracted from his body. The places where they connect to the organic tissue teem with predatory millipedes feasting on the coagulating blood and accumulated pus.
Keep your wits about you.
Heinrich says nothing to say. That is Heinrich's, he's just not got a thing. Abelard Versarian's limbs were amputated, then sewn back onto his body with remarkable skill and precision using human tendons.
I always have a backup plan.
Oh hey Theodora, and there's
The
Heinrich.
tribunal is waiting for your explanations. Come closer.
I guess that wasn't Heinrich's on the ground, it was random. Well, this isn't good. And here comes our principal witness, the rogue trader himself. Heinrichs gives you a cold look. If the presented evidence was not enough to convince you, his testimony will conclude this confusing case, full of oath-breaking, lies, and heresy. You dragged this boy into this trial and now expect someone will lend an ear to a lowly heretic's testimony. I thought better of you, Interrogator Van Calox. I was so very wrong. Lady Theodora's voice sounds even harsher and angrier than you remember. The Lord Inquisitor makes a vaguely dismissive gesture. Enough, let him speak. The sooner this business is concluded, the better. Then let us continue. Shielded by the powers of the warrant of trade granted by the Imperium, Theodora von Valancius more than once allowed herself to openly collaborate with Xenos. You have never seen such a contemptuous grimace on the interrogator's face. She plunged her entire protectorate into apostasy and heresy, including the current rogue trader, and went out of her way to prevent the Inquisition and me personally from maintaining order inside the Expanse. Does the rogue trader admit to fraternizing with the Xenos, serving them as a puppet and rejecting the God Emperor's blessed light for the sake of his heretical desires and base profit? Decision consequences. You served the Xenos. You rejected his light. You reveled in your heretical desires and craved base profit. So that's saying that that's our consequences of what we did, but we did not do that. So we can do willpower, or we can use our iconoclast one to get out of here. Iconoclast it. The Xenos is gone. Why is the Lord Inquisitor here? And Theodora's that reanimated corpse too. Didn't she die? Everything is wrong here. Died, you say? But who are you talking to if I did? Get one simple truth into your empty head. Your role in these events is negligible. You shall think me the Emperor on the Golden Throne if I so choose, and think me dead if it strikes my fancy. But this is not what matters right now. Just looking in your direction makes me sick. Why must I speak to the filth? The last words are obviously meant for the court, not you. Theodora von Valancius is alive. You were her loyal servant, and she made you serve the Xenos. Interesting. Oh. Heinrich bends over you with a crooked smile. Rogue trader, are you alright? Or was your heretical association with Xenos so disruptive that you lost your mind? You serve the Xenos. The mocking words do little to hide his irritation. The interrogator is obviously displeased with the turn the conversation is taking. The Inquisitor leans forward. Oh! There was Mara's eye for a second. The leans forward slightly at the sight of your anguish. For a brief moment, the boredom in his eyes is gone. It was amusing, but the joke has outstayed its welcome. Theodora shoots the interrogator a nasty look. It is painfully obvious this heretic is dancing to your tune. His word against mine. You had lost before you had even unsheathed your blade, Heinrichs. You need not worry, dear Lord Captain. It was not my intention to bring up unsupported claims. Heinrichs produces a data slate and skillfully manipulates the device until he locates the necessary information. The rogue trader uncovered the crimes of the Aldari on the most important agri-world of the von Valancia's protectorate, which feeds many Imperium colonies in the Expanse. But instead of purging the planet of the Xenos menace, he allowed the Inhumans to take refuge in the shadow of his power. They are corrupting the Danusian society even as we speak, and who knows, perhaps another rebellion will not be long in coming. It is true, you did it. Well, I mean, this one is true. The rogue trader's ties to the Drukhari, a different subspecies of Aldari, are just as obvious. Who else could help him divine the carefully prepared plans of the Drukhari, if not other Drukhari? Malachi von Valancius always ended up in the location of the next Drukhari raid, knowing for certain where they were going to strike. You served the Drukhari, you did their bidding, they helped you survive. Without the Drukhari masters you would be dead. We're being brainwashed. Okay. So I did cooperate with Xenos, this I will not deny, or before the court and the God Emperor himself I plead guilty to all charges. I'm going to say I did cooperate with Xenos, this I will not deny. That is not saying all charges. All charges would include the Drukhari part. The first part specifically does not specifically say the Drukhari part. So it's the closest to not agreeing with what we have to say that we can do. Cooperation is a double-edged sword. Sometimes you use your partner, then sometimes your partner uses you, which is what happened to the rogue trader. Lady Theodora used him to undermine the standing of the Imperium in the Expanse. Okay, Lady Theodora is alive. The tribunal remains silent, although those present cast anxious glances at your predecessor. At this point, the tribunal probably wants to know what the true intentions of the von Valancius dynasty are. The rogue trader claims he has been waging war against the Drukhari this entire time. Except, was there really a war, or was it another carefully staged performance? Heinrichs is looking at you closely, almost without blinking. Allow me to explain what actually happened. Malachi von Valancius personally invited the Drukhari to his worlds and used their strength and resources to sow chaos in the Expanse to leverage over his rivals. It is very convenient to play the victim while working with those who rob your neighbors, blind, and terrify the worlds that pay you tribute. How much did you profit from this rogue trader? Did you think I would not be able to uncover your pathetic conspiracy? Okay. I'm going to try willpower. It's only a 35% chance, but I'm going to say it anyway. Enough of this circus, Heinrichs. I did not set up any attacks. We failed it. Oh no. Or at least that is what you wanted to say. However, the alien will makes you say something else entirely. It was originally Lady Theodora's plan. She, her servants, always let me know where the next Drukhari attack would take place. Oh? Your pathetic attempts to paint me as a heretic are like a blunt rapier. Tedious and useless. Theodora's gaze is not directed at you, she is addressing Heinrichs. I do not think so. Another witness to your atrocities arrived alongside the rogue trader. Orlette takes a graceful step forward. If the court so desires, my speech will run like a river and wash away your doubts. I found a shard of my home in the rogue trader's chambers. Entire craft world vanished among the stars, the only clue to its fate resting in the hands of this monkey. That was when I began to suspect that he had something to do with the misfortune that had befallen my crew d'Arak. So I've been trying to figure out what the purpose of this is up until now, right? I've been trying to figure out what exactly Marazai is trying to get out of us here, apart from potentially brainwashing us. Maybe Orlette has made a deal with him to get some information out of us about the home world, and in fact, or the craft world. And in fact, none of this is related to what is initially being presented. We'll see. Do not be deceived by his breed. There's a cunning predator lurking behind the fluttering of fragile butterfly wings. The monkey before you is a bizarre amalgamation of qualities not usually inherent in his feeble species. He has mastered the mysteries of many of this world's cultures, the secrets of the universe and ancient artifacts, the fine art of war, the intricacies of deceit. All are embodied in a single monkey, however hard that may be to believe. However, the thread that bound our paths broke the moment I realized the monkey's involvement in the disappearance of my home. To flee the rogue trader, I tracked down and eliminated his chief tracker who had pursued our kin in this part of the galaxy for many years, and thus earned clemency before this court. So Achilles did not simply vanish, you helped him disappear. Heinrichs nods curtly. I say he had only himself to blame. An agent who cannot recognize an impending threat is useless. Interesting. So Achilles was still around last time we saw as well. So that's a bit odd. No, this is wrong. No court in the Imperium would ever admit the testimony of Xenos. You're only allowed to speak when questioned. Since the rogue trader is so eager to make his voice heard, by all means do. The court is curious to know what you gleaned from this interrogation. Now I see that I have been blind. The Xenos have been fighting one another all this time and I was their unwitting cat's paw. I'm struggling to make sense of what's going on here. Mercy, or I'm nothing but a puppet in this charade. Everything that has taken place at this trial is a vicious lie. That's what I'm going to say. You try to push the words out of your throat, but they become stuck in a suffocating lump, choking you. Heinrichs notices your struggle and quickly changes the subject. The rogue trader is obviously stunned by the realization that Theodora has been using him this entire time to impede me. Enough. Oh? I still don't know what the purpose of that was, but let's see what he says. After the spell is lifted, staggering pain pierces your body. Darkness clouds your vision and nausea creeps up your throat. But the words you manage to forget soon remind you that you are still alive. Oh, this is the Archon. This was not Marazai, this is the Archon that we are speaking to. I see. Marazai Ashurash. Drakon of the Cabal of the Reaving Tempest, first blade to Lady Irmeris, Eviscerator of Illyrridos, Blaze of the Barkad Kingdom, and Slayer of Corocius the Pale. The commanding inhuman voice tears you from the vice of agony. You see the silhouette of a Drukhari whose very presence makes your innards clench. How dare you come before the council of the Archons of the Dark City with this lesser creature? Lord Xenos with a -60 look upon the female Drukhari. Xenos is wearing armor encrusted with jewels and calmly stands next to the speaker. Such behavior is typical of Xenos occupying the higher tiers of Drukhari hierarchy. It means you are facing one of the Archons. I'll look at the Drukhari upon the throne. One half of his face is hidden behind a golden mask with an intimidating visage. The other half is showing a malicious sharp-toothed leer. The Xenos' elaborate armor is decorated with skulls and patches of human skin impaled on the countless blades and hooks. He carries himself with authority and ease, as though he is a ruler who holds the threads of fate of all those present tightly in his grasp. Look at Marazai. So Marazai was on one side of us, so he was the one on the left. Oh, but Urlet was here, and then the person playing the part of Heinrichs, I guess, was not. Unless that was the person playing the part of Heinrichs. Anyway, a triumphant grin erupts on Marazai's face, but the Xenos remains surprisingly composed and does not dare to interrupt the unknown speaker. I guess if they had been trying to make us think that Theodora was still alive, then potentially they were trying to get us to follow Theodora's orders? I'm still not entirely sure. And then Erlette was behind us in that same spot. Was what she said real? Erlette absorbs every word, occasionally wincing in pain and covering her weeping wounds. Her posture and gestures are full of tension, like prey cornered by a pack of predators. Erlette shrinks under the hungry stares of those around her. Let's listen to the conversation. With the deepest respect, mighty Nazrakai, Archon of the Cabal of the Black Heart, first among the chosen, voice of the Overlord of the Dark City, bringer of demise, conqueror of 100 worlds. Nazrakai dismisses Marazai like a bothersome fly. The Council of Archons has heard enough platitudes, Drakon Marazai, and no longer wishes to. Oh? Sly intrigues, ruthless chill to jagged ice turns lips and tongues and something else. A new player. Of vitriol verbose, the cut and thrust kept time with fate's own machinations grave, but whose deft footwork leads to naught but dust, while from its brutal finish none can save this play the puppet master granted me, through murky stalls a path obligingly. The great puppet master has Vect himself invited you to this chamber. The Archon chokes on his own words, but quickly regains his composure. No matter, you may be our guest, Arbenian, but you are merely a spectator in this performance, and spectators do not belong on the stage, as you undoubtedly know. Do not interfere. The stranger presses a delicate finger to the lips of his sorrowful mask and says with a twinkle in his eye, "A shadow in the shadows I will be." So, minus 30. Which one is more difficult? So this one's more difficult. Let's recall what I know about Vect. You've heard many gruesome tales about the atrocities of the Drukhari, but the cruelest and vilest always involved Asdrubiel Vect, the Archon of the Cabal of the Black Heart, the supreme overlord of Komorag, and the most dangerous of all his dark kind. A look at the Aldari who interrupted the trial. The bright motley, the hollow suit, the mask hiding the owner's face, and the graceful subtle movements. Before you stands a Harlequin, another representative of the multifaceted Aldari race. The Xenos catches your eye and nods. For a moment, the play of shadows in the mask appears to twist into an expression of a mischievous grin. I'll let them continue. I'll listen. Marazai, Azirash, considering the circumstances. The Archon looks around the room and rests his troubled gaze upon the Xenos in bright armor who interrupted him. The Council finds Archon Iremeris guilty. The blade of your truth cut through the shadowy veil concealing her transgressions. However, a glint of cruel mockery appears in his eyes. How dare you insult the Council with such a pathetic complaint? You should have ripped Iremeris's heart out of your own hands and granted her soul to Vect if you wanted to atone for the mistakes of the Reaving Tempest. Interesting. Okay. So, this isn't about us at all. This is the Drukhari having an internal issue, Marazai having an issue with his commander, effectively, as far as I can tell, and wanting to bring us in for testimony, I guess, for something that we could attest, like something that we could say. So he was trying to get us to say that we had been working with the Drukhari all along, that Theodora was still alive and she was controlling our actions. Interesting. Things are falling into place, but it's still weird. Marazai's eyes widen, filled with astonishment and disbelief. He seems to have been certain of the outcome and did not expect what he is hearing now. His lips twist in an enraged snarl. hatred directed at the Xenos on the throne, and yet it finds no outlet under the gazes of the dozens of Drukhari in the chamber. To contradict my decision is to contradict the decision of Vecht himself, fool. Something in the Xenos' tone makes your heart skip a beat. Allow me to discipline you for your weakness. Today the Drakon will lose his wings and plunge to the very bottom of the chasm. You will go to the arena to atone for your mistakes and impertinence alongside the rabble you have dragged to Komarach. If you are a true Drakon, you will rise again, and if you do not, your suffering will satiate the worthy. Lay down your weapons and follow the guards. I will let you keep what little dignity you have left. This is my final gift to you, Marazai. So our captor is now being sent to the arena to fight for his life. Where does that leave us? The Archon nods in satisfaction and makes an unfamiliar gesture. The guards draw closer to you. Let us return to you, Iramaris. What do you mean return to us? We're Iramaris? Are we? Wait a second. Did I miss this? Oh, this isn't good. The Harlequin's laughter interrupts the Archon and echoes under the vaults of the chamber in a resounding baritone. And all the masks upon their marks now stand. The slave of vanity the spire ascends, the thief and the traitor cast downward by her hand. Unbeknownst to all their fate depends upon a lead unseen, a player green. The Harlequin leans forward and eyes you with genuine interest. Is this how you treat the hospitality of Komarach, Arbenian? The Archon angrily balls his fist, the shadow of his wrath hanging over the Eldari interloper like a thunder cloud. I thought your words were worth more. You insult me by interrupting the trial again. The Xenos sweeps into a theatrical bow without taking his eyes off of Nazrakai's face. You, Archon, speak a just rebuke in truth. Fate's melodies and snarls fantastic have entrapped me here, and when I heard them play, I could not keep my lips from grinning wide. Here comes the hour for shadows to retreat, to where the curtain waits to rise. The laugh, with no beginning, now sends chills forth the call. We got stabbed with a sword? Or a lance kind of weapon there? Okay. I still don't really know what's going on. I need the idiot's guide to what's happening, but I know that none of it is good for us.
Didn't flinch.
So we're chucked down into the corpse pile, but we're still alive? The world is an impenetrable haze of warm pain. You lie motionless. No, you rest. In the murky gloom, slowly dissolving into nothingness. Sometimes your repose is troubled by unpleasant and persistent tremors coming from the place where your legs used to be. You do your best to ignore them. Away, you vulture, this is not your prey. A vaguely familiar voice reaches you through the curtain of darkness, but your disobedient thoughts refuse to reveal where and when you have heard it before. Was it just recently or 100 lifetimes ago? The trembling comes from your legs, is replaced with a violent jerky motion, and then it finally stops. From this phantasmagoria retreat and deftly seize my merchant vagabond. The puppet master strings left dangling again rise up to take your place and dance. A spark ignites in the darkness, and its light ruthlessly cuts through the gloom that envelops you. An ugly image of reality around you assaults your retina. You can feel your body again and realize it is filled with pain. Your shoulder is sore from an injection. I am going to ignore the vaguely familiar voice. Your wordlessness is worth 100 words, but here you ply your trade in other gems. Red rubies of blood and emeralds of pain. The dance will leave your pockets fit to burst. A prickling sensation burns your shoulder and the darkness at last fully withdraws from your mind. Whatever the injection was, it is making your heart beat a frenzied tattoo and your pupils narrow so that you now register every detail of the disgusting place in which you have found yourself in merciless clarity. Can I feel my body with a carouse check? 16% chance. I'll roll that. Every single inch of your body is suffering. Satisfied with this result, you do not delve into a detailed examination of your misfortune. All of your equipment is gone, as are your shoes. You do not even have a knife at hand to fend off enemies or to open your veins. I'm going to look around. You are surrounded by the dead. Numerous corpses, mutilated bodies and pieces thereof. Humans, Drukhari, and other Xenos unfamiliar to you lie motionless in this gruesome mortuary. Let's look at my rescuer. Your eyes refuse to focus on the blurry figure of the person who came to your aid. He appears to be tall, and your mind emphatically refuses to continue, for every moment of concentration causes you suffering. I have seen you somewhere before. Who are you? A dream obscure of death, deliverance, illuminating will and agony. Where am I? Among the shadows in the wings you lie, where taut are pulled the puppet master strings. The stranger intricately links his fingers to mimic the tools of a puppeteer. My companions, where are they? Not here, their roles have been decided now, but if you play your part, perhaps the plot will draw you back together or to doom. The figure's cruel laughter follows. Okay, if I keep going, then the plot will eventually reveal itself to me. I got it. This overture in verse, the final lines, the merchant's time to tread the boards has come. Embark you now upon your pilgrimage, and take my parting gift, a humble prop. Okay. A gift from beyond the grave, an unremarkable and weak pistol. The engraving covering its surface is far more valuable than any meager stopping power it might possess. Alright, well, at least we can use it. That's fine. Attempt to rise. Your body has suffered too much to obey your mind, or rather, that is how it would have been for someone else perhaps. But not for you. You have lived through worse. I told you, you have lived through torture sometime in your distant past. It actually came to mean something. Anguish and torture could never break you now. You will rise to your feet and press on. All that is left to understand is why you should. Iconoclast, remember all the people whose lives depend on you. So I guess if you weren't high enough with Iconoclast, Dogmatic, or Heretical, you have to take option number 4. But because we are high enough, we're taking an Iconoclast path. Interesting. And we get a permanent effect here. We get the Power of Honor, 10 toughness. It's not bad, especially as we're alone. Hundreds of faces flash before your mind's eye. Friends, subjects, and companions. The universe is cruel and full of darkness, and your will and determination are the only barrier between your loved ones and its crushing apathy and brutality. You have no right to die. Not here and now, not now. Resoluteness floods your veins like incandescent plasma, and you make another attempt to get up. You get up. Yes, your body aches and rebels against you, but your tempered mind is stronger than mortal flesh. You draw yourself up straight and take in your surroundings. Oh, this is not a good place to be. This is not a good place to be for us. We are feeling severely, not good, due to every injury we have. Wow, we've had flaying, we've our hamstrung, darkened eye, deformed bones, injuries, but we have the power of honor and nothing else. Well, that's not true. We have the power of honor and a gun. Well, this is us, and this is the end of the episode. Thank you very much for watching. Things have taken a turn I did not expect and had no idea was coming, and I'm very excited to see where things go. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.